Hi class, welcome to your very first video lesson on factors. Watching videos has a lot of benefits. One is that you can always pause and slow yourself down if you can't keep up and then start the video again and get caught up. Another thing is you can rewind to hear it again. You can use these as reviews for tests. So please take advantage of these videos. They're going to be very helpful to you this year. So our first lesson is on factors, and I started us with a definition. A factor is one number multiplied by another number to get a product. So that missing word is multiplied. Factors come from multiplication problems. Who knows what the word product means? Product is the answer to a multiplication problem. So a little example here. If I have 2 times 3, that's our multiplication problem. The 2 is a factor. The 3 is a factor. The answer is 6. That's called our product. All right, if I ask you to find the factors of a number, we would have to have an organized way for listing all the factors we can think of, and we don't want to skip any. So there's 2 different ways you can do this. Let's look at the first way. Organize the factors in a T-chart. Now I call this a T-chart because it looks like a T. As we go through this list, we want to have a system. We're going to start with the smallest factor that we know of 12 and pair it up. So the smallest factor of 12 is 1. And what times 12 equals, or what times 1 equals 12? 12. So 1 times 12 is 12. Next in order, I'll be thinking 2. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. So I have factor pairs. It takes 2 numbers to create that product. If I were to count how many factors I have, I could say there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 factors for the number 12. Okay. Another way to organize our factors for 12 is to create a list. Now when we do this again, we want to keep it organized. We want to have a system. So I'm going to start again with factor pairs. I know 1 times 12 is 12. I want to order them though from least to greatest. So I've heard this called a rainbow. We can think of a rainbow. At the beginning I have 1 and at the end I have 12, and those 2 pair up. It's my first factor pairs of 12. The next factor pair of 12 is 2 times 6. That equals 12. Those 2 pair up. And then finally, I know 3 times 4 is 12. So 2 different ways of finding factors of a number. Let's take a look now at what greatest common factor is. Here's the definition. The greatest common factor, abbreviated GCF, is the greatest factor 2 or more numbers have in common. So we find the GCF of 2 different numbers. In this case, the number's 8, the number's 16, and I'm just going to recommend this way, making a list. We could have made a T-chart as well. So let's remember to order the numbers from least to greatest. So starting with number 1, the factor pairs of 8 are 1 and 8. Remember, I put 8 at the end. It's the largest number. Then I have 2 and 4. And I believe that's it for 8. The factors of 16 in order from least to greatest. Have you noticed all numbers, smallest factor is 1. They all have 1 as the first factor. 1 times 16. 2 times 8. Let me think. Does 3 go into 16? Nope. Does 4 go into 16? Yes. 1 time. 4 times 4 is 16. So I mean only 1 4. So if I look, they have many factors in common. They both have 1 in common, 2, 4. Those aren't the biggest. The biggest one is 8. So the GCF of 8 and 16 is 8. Now we're going to use these for solving word problems, for working with fractions and ratios. So it's really important that you understand this. We'll be working in class Have a great night. Come back with any questions you might have.